Before I start this lesson, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rukak Wadash, double until the apostle is a great millstone who will and teach well. Shalom to 144,000 men that's pushing and believing this word in all true sincerity and sacrificing their lives and wills to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelite foreign scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth. The Heavenly Father name is Yahweh. His only begotten Son name is Yahweh Shai. And Lord, when this video is edified, quick and straight to the point. This video will be entitled Pope Francis is in the Spiritual Realm. And I meant to do this video last week. But, we recently seen Pope Francis go to the spiritual realm and people kind of like mourning his loss and whatnot. And we know, that obviously he was set up by the elites to do the work of the elites. But we know that Esau have his own agendas for these popes, for these people that he sets up, So basically the Pope basically work for the elites. He does the work of the elites, And at the end of the day, man, one more, prominent figure in Esau Edom stature as far as status and whatnot, They dropping like flies. But at the end of the day, man, you can tell this place is about to go down. Especially based on what you've been seeing, that was like 2 years ago, maybe? Like 2 years ago. What's her name died? Queen, is it Queen Elizabeth? No, not Elizabeth. One of the queens in Great Britain that died, A lot of these people, or a lot of these Edomites that are passing away of so-called old age or whatever, these devils are, they witnessing the downfall of their kingdom. And he's going to be a slave when he comes back through the spirit of power Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. But anyway, I'm going to get these precepts real quick. Then I'm going to close out. This one will be a long video. So first I'm going to start off in Job chapter 20. Let me get there first. This is Job chapter 20. And I start at verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. And yeah, we've seen the triumph of the wicked as of right now. We've seen Esau Edom triumphing over the saints, which are the Israelites. We're seeing that Esau Edom is running the show. What about not running the show, but he's in power right now over the planet Earth. But we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, the Lord is going to bring Esau down, according in Revelations and Obadiah, Joel 3, and so on and so forth. Verse 6: Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds. And yeah, Esau Edom pride has reached into heaven, and it's he high-minded and heady, and think he does everything perfectly, and he's the one who created everything. But ultimately, the Heavenly Father is using him, according to Romans chapter 13. And Esau thinks, oh, I did this. I'm the one who did this. Just as it was Tim Walsh. Is it Tim? It was about a month ago, maybe. I can't remember his name. Tim Walsh or Adam Walsh, one of them, or Matt Walsh, one of them. One of those names. He was basically saying like Esau, he's proud of his heritage. Proud that he colonized and enslaved the northern and southern kingdom. That's the type of man we're dealing with. He's proud of what he has done within these, at least last few hundred years. Verse 7, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. And yeah, the Lord's going to bring him down and have him destroyed, after them 1,000 years of captivity. But Esau Edom's going to go down now too as well. Go down now, pretty soon. And the Lord's going to have it to where the sea hip is going to be mandatory, and where ultimately the New World Order going to fail. The NWO is going to fail. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? And yeah, at the end of the day, Esau is about to be brought down, and these other nations going to be like, damn, is this the man that we was feared? Oh, what is that? I can't remember. Weak as we. Is that Isaiah? Oh, I'm thinking of Jeremiah. Give me a second. Let me see. This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we, or thou become unlike to us? And yeah, these other nations going to seeing that Esau Edom is weak, you know? They looked at Esau Edom as this they fear Esau Edom with the bombs that he has, with the colonization that he's done, the conquering Esau Edom has done throughout the earth, going from east to west, north to south, east to west, conquering everything, you know. And these other nations feared him, but over the course of time, you know, these nations started to see Esau Edom is failing and weakening, you know. So from there, I'm gonna grab 2nd Ezra. You know, this is a easy one, a quick one. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and yeah, not the end of the whole planet Earth, but the end of his era of ruling. We're seeing the end of Esau Edom's era of ruling is coming to an end, and not just that it's coming to an end. We're gonna witness a power change, a power struggle. The balance of power is tipping in the hands of the Israelites, tipping towards into the hands of the Israelites. And Esau Edom is losing that power. He's losing that grip he had on the world. And not just the world, his empire is his empire. You know, these elites mad at the simple fact that that Israelites have woken up, that the Lord has had it to where these Israelites woke up. They spent trillions of dollars, centuries of beating us down generationally to just make sure we hardly can think properly. We can't even think properly under this man. He poisons the food. He destroys land. He floods out cities. Esau Edom try his best to keep us down, but the Lord has had it to where the certain Jake woke up, you know, and Jake waking up in general. They're seeing, and recently I've seen so many videos recently within the last few hours, you know. Is a so-called small hats over there, or the real Jews and the real JEWs, you know, over there. You know, these people are waking up to the simple fact that Esau Edom was a hypocrite, manipulator, and a liar. You know, a lot of these people are waking up to that. So let me reread this. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And yeah, you know, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. So the kingdom of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua will be instituted, instilled, implemented, instilled, and set in stone. It already is set in stone, but it's just a matter of time when it's going to take place fully. You know, we're going to witness that Esau Edom is going to fall hard and fast too. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and grab, what's that? Revelation chapter 18 real quick. Oh, I just got to go up. It's right there. This is Revelation chapter 18. Revelation chapter 18 goes into it and 20. But Revelation chapter 18 and I'll start at verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear and torment, alas, that great city Babylon. And this ain't talking about ancient Babylon. This is talking about the modern day Babylon. Alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city. For in 1 hour thy judgment come. And yeah, in 1 hour the Lord is going to judge this place. He's going to make a speedy recompense of this place. He's going to destroy not just the heathen, but he's going to slaughter Jake too for not listening, you know. And the famine of words about to come. The persona Amos 8. But the Lord is going to do, and that's another video I got lined up too, a lot of bloodshed. but the Lord is about to return. His return is imminent. So how much more so us? We all about to be prepared to meet our Maker. You know, that's not something you should be taking lightly. That goes for me as well. We're getting prepared to meet Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The Lord's going to install fear in the earth, and I don't just mean fear, a temporary dose of fear, a healthy, permanent, everlasting dose of fear in the earth. The Lord is going to do that pretty soon, and it starts now. And you know, I'll read verse 11 and 12 real quick. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Yeah, Babylon has been the epicenter of trade, the epicenter of how these nations make their money. You know, that's why you have a lot of nations come from East India, China, Japan to come over here to make their money and bounce. And not even that, well, they leave it now, but even earlier in the years, you see these nations, you see Ammon and Moab come over to the hood, got their little corner store, a Chinese food store. You know, Jake growing up, you know, you see a lot of East Chinatown restaurant, whatever these China spots are. They make their money. They fake and fraud with you, make their money and go about their business. You won't see them living in the areas you living in. But verse 12, and also very back in verse 11, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Yeah, because the Lord is making a stop to that. And this in verse 12 on down, list of merchandise. But I'll just read verse 12. The merchandise of gold and silver, precious stones, pearls, fine linen, purple and silk and scarlet, and all thine wood, in all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of precious wood, and brass, and iron, and marble. And yeah, you know, America has these things. You know, America has had these things to trade with these other nations with. You know, and actually, yeah, that's pretty much it. I ain't gonna beat this. The point is already made. But, you know, we're seeing with each and every Esau-Edom monopoly is toppling and crumbling. So we have to get our minds prepared more and more for this. So what if, and then what was that, last year maybe, a few months ago maybe, a Rothschild died in the fire? You know, these heathens are waking up to the fact that Esau-Edom is falling and slipping. So how much more so us that know we are Israelites. We have to be prepared to meet our Maker. But Lord, when this video is edifying, before I close out, I'd like to give our praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. And Lord, when this video is edifying, and also next one, Shalom.